After that, roll an intimidation check real quick.
After that. Okay.
He stops for a second and he tilts his head and just he's like, "What the fuck was that?" Call that a hiss, essentially.
Does he say that?
No.
He should.
He gets that feeling. He gets you that look that dogs do. That like, the fuck, dude. But
Okay.
you notice that there's scuff marks on the ground. Like this cage has been moved.
Okay.
And
no
you
wonder he's angry. He just wants to be left alone.
pretty much, but you kind of see cracks. Like it almost looks like because there's a couple of boxes kind of stacked around him, and you kind of see like the cave wall, just very so subtly to the left hand side of it has scrapings in it. Like it's kind of like a pickaxe almost had been used against the wall.
So we have to move this cage to get anywhere.
If you would like to try and move it, you can.
I'm going to be like, Eldon, please help me.
All right.
And then I'm gonna
I need
push the cage.
you, Ink, and Eldon both to make strength checks.
Hang on, I haven't clicked that one before. You're gonna have to give me a second.
You're good.
There it is.
It's literally just under the
right.
saving
Oh my
throws.
god, what is
Oh my
this?
god,
Okay,
I'm
so
supposed to be huge.
It takes you guys a minute. It kind of it's stuck to the ground just a little bit, but with you eventually feel like whatever pressure was holding this cage to the ground kind of give a little bit, and you're able to move it out, and behind it you see a narrow passageway, about roughly 5 foot high, 4 foot wide. It's not a tall passage. It's designed for. It looks like it's designed for concealment instead of ease of access.
Mm-hmm.
But what would you like to do?
Is there anything else in the room?
Oh yeah, there's plenty in the room.
Can I tame this creature next to me?
Try.
I am a proficient in animal handling. I like this little kitty.
Try an animal handling check real quick.
I'm gonna get fucked, but I want kitty. Can I have kitty? Can I
He
keep
looks like
kitty?
he kind of goes up to the cage a little bit, and as you kind of put your fingers to the cage walls, it kind of brushes up against you, and you kind of feel an odd purring. It doesn't sound like a normal cat, but he does that, and then he just settles back down and just looks. The rat next to him starts hitting up against the cage, and then this time you see that this creature just one of his massive paws just busts through the cage and just scratches the rat's neck, and you see this rat just kill over.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Max, I want to keep him. I want to put him in a room. I don't want him to follow me, but I want to keep him. I don't want to put him into your equation, but I want to keep him.
Do I notice this thing?
Yeah, Ink, after you see Eldon looking at it real quick, you notice the creature as from the book that you read in the library.
She's gonna gasp, and then her focus will go from this entrance that was now uncovered to this crazy beast-looking thing.
We will
And
get back to
she'll
the
be like-
entrance.
Yeah, she'll be like, "Ooh, this is a displacer beast.
What is that, Ink? Do educate Eldon.
It is a tremendous foe. It is capable of seeing in the dark. It obviously, as you could tell, has 2 tentacles. I'm not really talking like Ink right now. I should probably fix that. It confuses its enemies. And it can duplicate itself.
I want it even
That
more.
means to make many more. And it
All right.
also can attack with those tentacly, sneaky things. and you can't see me do this because obviously I'm literally like moving my like little like tentacles in the air at you.
Okay.
Kind of like like a wet noodly looking arms. What Ink's doing at you.
Question to DM: Can I keep this thing, or should I
It
just
is
move
very
on?
mean, Eldon. I do not
Um,
suggest doing so. It will
yeah.
kill you.
Ink, you remember that there are passages that extremely powerful demons have been known to keep this as pets. That
Okay,
there
sold,
are
I don't want
there are some
Oh my
extremely
God.
rich and wealthy people that have teams of tamers to essentially make these things like guard dogs that you don't necessarily want around. But he doesn't look like he's gonna immediately like you're not. He doesn't feel like you're a threat to him right now.
Okay, I don't want it.
So
It's very bad, Eldon. Stay away
He
from
won't
it.
Okay.
immediately kill you, but he'll kill you at some point.
I don't want it. I'm getting the hint.
What
So
hint?
we've
You should
checked-
keep him.
We've checked all the bookcases, correct? Right?
yes. On over here to the far left wall, you did see just stacks of weird looking potions. You don't see anything. None of you're all familiar with the coloration of a health potion.
Mm-hmm.
None of these look like that. There's a good 1, 2, 3, 4,
Oscar,
five
don't
different
drink it.
5 different colorations. And Ink, you kind of start scrounging around the desk a little bit, and you find little notes with descriptions of these potions. You see one that says Trial 1, coloration green.
Ooh.
If you remember, Trial 1 in the journal was the one that he mixed with the magical stone to get some sort of success, possibly a corruption of some sort. You're not entirely sure what, but you kind of see pitch and scratch along the pages that says combination of Trial 1 and Arcana energy could be used to make artificial werejackals.
I am concerned about Oscar hovering over that shelf.
Oscar,
So,
don't drink it.
I'm gonna bring that piece of paper over, and I'm just gonna kind of like place a hand on Oscar's chest, like, hey, buddy.
Don't do it.
Let's just take a step back.
Did Oscar die?
I don't know what is.
Because we don't need a werejackal around.
You are
Coffee?
way far away, my
Where
man.
did you go?
I could barely hear you.
Yeah, I hear blub 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 in the background.
I hear absolutely nothing.
I don't hear anything. Oh.
Is that better?
Oh,
This
that's
is
better.
much
Yes.
better.
Hey, he's
You were
alive.
talking all
I've been
earlier.
talking this whole time.
Well, we haven't heard you,
no.
bud.
Is it one
None
of
of
those
it.
instances where we made responses that were like similar to what you were talking about?
Yeah, very close.
Wait, you still sound far away, my man.
I don't know what to do.
Okay, well then we'll work with
Here,
it.
wait. We can turn up the volume for Goffy.
What my idea was, the problem I had was Max was explaining that there was potions that weren't like healing potions. I wanted to see if I could use like my medicine proficiency to detect anything of them.
There we go.
Go ahead and make a medicine quick.
Please be good.
Where's my medicine? +3? Yeah.
Come on, baby.
14.
Okay. At first, you definitely recognize that none of these are health potions. None of these look like
Yeah.
healing tonics. And when Ink kind of walks over and kind of stops you, you see that there's notes in her hands. You kind of ruffle through them, and you see that these were all concoctions that Victor had made to try and change nature through alchemic means. But you do notice that there is one that he only has one of. It's a black. It's actually small. It's a black vial. It's black with like green and red flakes kind of floating through it, and with the number 3 on the vial. And you kind of look through the notes and you see Trial 3, coloration black, slow poison, slow healing,
dear.
like immediate heal, but slow poison. Could be useful for Master Leo.
Should we just bag all that stuff, Oscar?
Immediate heal, but slow poison. Is that the little shit that he was splashing, or was he splashing?
No, those
shards?
were crystals Eldon had found over in the little chest up here next to the dire wolf.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, but you kind of, if you look around, you do notice there are 2 more crystals on the shelf.
Okay. What am I able to infer anything, or at least know a color?
Color of what?
The crystals.
Yeah, they're red. They're the same coloration as a normal healing potion, but you see like gold flecks of like in them. They kind of shifts. Like it looks like there's a liquid in it, but it also looks like a solid almost. So it's kind of like just a refraction of the light off of some sort of suspended particle in this crystal.
Okay, and then you said there was five
different colorations. A couple of them have like 2 or 3 vials. The green one particularly, since it seemed to have a success, he has like 4 different vials of the green potion. There's a blue one that there's only 1 of. There's a kind of like an off purple that he has 2 of, and a sickly yellow one that he has 1 of.
I'm gonna take all of them, like 1 of each.
Okay.
Like, even the ones that have 1, I'm gonna take them too. I'm just gonna take everything. All
right. And Ink, do you want to give Oscar the notes from Victor for now, or do you want to hold on to them?
That's fine. Yeah, you can have them.
Yeah.
Okay. So later on, I don't have these too far explained out, Oscar.
No, that's fine. I just have them for investigation purposes.
Yeah, that's something that I kind of threw in, and it's like I want to give you guys something, but I'm gonna be honest with you. None of these are gonna be too terribly useful, except for maybe the black one.
Are they worth any money?
You don't know.
Oscar just wants to take these and see what they. It's like see.
If you were to do this by yourself, Oscar, it would probably take you a couple of days to kind of read through the notes and kind of do anything. So
yeah, we'll figure that out. Outside.
No, it's definitely going to take you a while to get through them. Even if you had help from the herbalist in town, or even one of the mini magic users in town, it might take you a while.
Yeah. So Oscar just wants these for his own investigation purposes. So.
Okay, not a problem.
And then I took the gems.
Yeah, too. I don't think I said this, but Eldon took the gems too.
Okay, so Eldon has 2. Oscar has 2.
Yes.
Let's see.
That. 2 gems ?
Now, did anybody check Victor himself?
I think we haven't done that yet. Somehow.
I don't remember, Max.
Okay, since Onai's character moved up over it, Onai, give me a quick investigation check.
Oh, great. She's muted, too.
That's fine.
I thought somebody walked in my room. Hey, that's not bad.
Nope, not at all. You actually hit all my DC checks for it.
Yeah!
So, on him, you kind of see, kind of off to his side, you see a very ornately carved staff. It looks like vines are twisting up the staff to a little green pendant or green jewel, and then the wood kind of goes up a little bit further and comes to a like a square point. It looks like a very, very well made quarterstaff.
Ooh, this is pretty.
Okay. You also see that even though Victor was throwing around those crystals like crazy, you see a small bandolier kind of on his waist with 1 more crystal in it.
I'm going to take that crystal. I'm going to look at it.
It's very pretty. It's red. It's got gold flakes in it.
Don't tell her it's pretty.
Does it look like all the other...
Yeah, it looks identical. The shape of them are all different. Some of them are a little bit larger. Some of them are a little bit smaller. Some of them have a little bit more gold flakes in them. But they are all roughly the same color and the same design, essentially. But you also something else that you notice the robe. You look like Victor looks like he has his robe kind of covering him, and it has a slight sheen to it.
It doesn't now.
Yes.
I'm gonna investigate this robe.
All right. It's a very, very ornate robe. You see a shimmer to it. You see magical runes kind of inscribed into the fabric itself, kind of like stitched into it.
Oh, no, I think that'd look very good on you. Take it.
Is it
Okay.
like? Does it look like a Victoria's Secret like pink logo?
No, it's it's actually like a forest green color. And it does have like a slight hood on it. So it's not like a cloak that you would see the hobbits from Lord of the Rings wearing, or any of the rangers or any of the characters. It has sleeves on it. You kind of put it on like a jacket, but it kind of trails down, it flares out towards the bottom. It has 3 buttons on the front of it.
Oh, no, take it.
I'm gonna take it, Eldon.
Thank you.
I took the robe.
Okay.
Up the robe, like I took the robe.
I could see us having a conversation, pointing back and forth at each other.
And then Oscar's
Take the robe.
Okay.
Well, Eldon's ready to dip and go into that passageway.
Oh, by the way, this staff, I don't think I really need a staff. I've got flutes and stuff. Oscar, you're a warlock. Do you want a staff?
I guess I don't use a staff either.
It's pretty.
It doesn't look like it's a wizard staff. It looks more like a fighting staff, kind of like a quarter staff, like a bow stick.
Oh, ink. Sorry.
Ink already has a staff.
Yes.
We have another.
Okay.
I don't know what else to do with this.
Okay, why are we making this difficult? Just take the damn staff. We can sell it if we need to.
I'll take the staff.
Thank you. Eldon looks pleased now that all this bullshit with you two poking this cleric is done.
Eldon, there is a problem that I need to situate here. This thing shapeshifts. I'm not letting this get away. He's not dead.
Oh, the blue thing?
You all have at least 50 foot of rope in your packs.
Oscar, let's tie him up.
Taking him. Okay? I don't trust this thing as far as I could throw it.
Nope. Well, you could probably throw it pretty far, but let's tie it up and take it with us.
Bro.
The other things in the cages, can we determine if they are indeed just animals?
Yes, they are all animals. They kind of look like they are larger than normal. The wolf over here, it does look like a normal dire wolf. Y'all have seen large wolves before. This definitely looks like it's normal. You have a feeling that Victor was planning on trying to morph it and to make it bigger, see if he couldn't make it more deadly. That rat, though, was definitely a lot bigger.
That rat can fuck all the way off.
As well as this one over here next to the boar. The boar, it looks sickly. It doesn't look like it's in pain, but it looks like its skin is starting to crack a little bit, like it's growing too quickly.
Eldon's going to go over and stab said boar.
Okay. Make a stab roll. Make an attack roll.
Attack roll.
Yeah.
No, it's a stab roll now.
Let me pull out the.
Just to put it out of its misery.
Okay.
The rat can sit there and rot in hell for all Eldon cares.
Sadly looks at rats in cage that I have.
As you kind of slide your greatsword into the bars to jam it into it, you see the boar kind of move back and knock it off to the side with his tusk.
Well, fine, fuck you too. You can stay in that cage forever. I'm going back to the entryway.
All right. So, Oscar, as you're tying up the blue creature, You see the amulet that Victor placed on his neck, but below that you also see another amulet.
Son of a bitch.
Shit, wait.
I'm gonna take the amulets off, I guess.
Okay.
Are we just all gonna become kleptos in this cave? Apparently.
No, because hold on, you guys didn't see it. Oscar saw the amulet put on him to turn him into.
That
a
is
werewolf.
true.
And at the mention of amulet being placed around it, you all remember Ink reading out that he had a success with trial of 1 and a magical stone. So you kind of can infer that the amulet that Victor placed on quote unquote Thomas's neck was said stone.
Okay. So the amulets don't have the magic anymore. Like is he in his true form now? Or
Yeah, he's in his true form. He's been knocked unconscious. You have a feeling like after you knocked him out originally, and he shifted from the jackal back to the appearance of Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that the light from the stone kind of disappeared.
Okay.
It's a form within a form.
Yes, so we must go deeper.
Oh.
All right. All right. My idea was taking the amulets off and seeing if he would transform again. But
no,
if
you
not,
take the amulets off of him, and he stays his blue-skinned creature.
All right. Well, I pocket them and I tie him up.
Okay.
Do we also want to throw him in this cage over here? Oh wait, did the cage break?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
He did break the lock off the cage. It's not broken, but there is no lock unless you tied the cage shut.
I'd rather tie his arm, so I'm good. I'll carry him.
Yeah, we're bringing him with us. What's that?
Is the cage with the dead rat next to the displacer beast?
Yes.
Is that fully functioning, and is he able to fit in it?
I'll make him.
You would have to kind of contort his body a little bit.
Wait a minute. What about the cages in the other room?
This is true.
No,
The
fuck it.
cages in the other room were you think some of them might have fit
I'm
him.
just gonna carry him, guys.
Might have?
I really.
You have to
All
go back
right,
to the pair.
we have a guy now.
Okay,
All
so
right.
Oscar, you're carrying our blue skin creature.
Oh, we're bringing it away?
Yeah, and I don't know if anybody's seen the movie Game Night.
No.
All right.
We talked about it the other day, but I haven't seen it.
I watched it. It was funny as shit. I'm tying him in this position where his head is tied to his legs.
Okay.
And now
All
I carry
right.
him. And now I carry him.
That's
Okay, so
Wonderful.
He's not getting out of it, right?
No.
He's pretty much stuck.
So you kind of start making your way to the cave. Who wants to go first?
I do.
All right, Eldon goes in first, followed by.
Eldon, actually help me get this guy through, because we're taking him with us.
All right. Well, then come in behind me, and I'll drag it through.
Use him as a shield.
Eldon, you start looking down down the entrance, and you see that it does not get bigger.
Oh boy!
Oh my golly.
I am 2.5 feet taller than this.
So wait, what just happened? I had to shoo my sister out of here.
So you basically have to like army crawl through the
Yeah.
hole.
So
I can
It's a-
probably.
how
fit it.
about Ink and I go, and Oscar, you take care of Big Blue.
All right, yeah, okay.
Who wants to go first? Do we want to just basically shimmy on in and see if everything's safe?
Yes,
It-
yes.
oh,
that's why I want
oh,
you.
wait.
That's why I want Ink to go
Wait.
with me,
What?
Okay, let's do it.
because
Oh,
yeah,
no, we
she
got
can
no
hurt
charges.
things.
I was gonna say, what about our transportation belts? But then,
If you remember, you tried doing it a little
Yes.
while ago, and it didn't
Yeah,
work.
we don't have any more charges.
yeah, I
So-
Brilliant idea.
Yes,
But-
brilliant idea.
Yeah, but no. So sounds like Ink will go with me
Okay.
through this cave.
All right, so the two you kind of crouch down. Ink, you don't have to go down too far. You
Okay.
just kind of slouch down just a little bit.
Sure.
Eldon, you have to kind of crouch just a little bit. You might not be able to hold your shield in front of you, but at least you have room to stab forward with your sword in the case you need it. But you kind of go through this. Thankfully, you both can kind of see in the dark. the light from the cave is kind of casting light behind in front of you. You kind of walk. The tunnel starts curving to the left, to the right, goes down just a little bit. There's one part where it does feel like it get a little bit bigger. Eldon, you could actually stand up straight, but then immediately goes back down to being about 5 foot tall, high.
I
After
can actually
going
see 60 feet in front of me. No
Yeah, but
what.
it's winding to the left, to the right,
I
so
got
it's
you.
not a direct line of sight.
Gotcha.
Go ahead, both of you make a perception check real quick.
Oh, I'm fucked. That's like my ultimate failure.
No, you're fine.
No, I mean just perception. Holy cow! I actually did something.
See,
Roll
so
switched.
I'll let both of those stand for Ink because you're listening and then you're smelling. So the
Okay.
first one, you don't hear anything. You do
That was jet
smell.
lag.
You're fine.
I figured it.
We'll say you do smell like it's damp. You don't smell blood or anything like you did in the cave. You don't smell any rot. You don't smell anything, but you do smell what's kind of smells like sewage almost.
Mm.
You do smell.
Yum.
I'm glad I
There's
didn't
a-
smell that.
There is a slight tinge of like old blood, but it's not a lot. It's kind of like what you would normally smell in a jail.
Okay.
You-
If Ink knows what that
Yeah,
like?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say that you,
I've been in jail. Got it.
just for a moment, it was misunderstanding. It was mostly
Eldon
because-
looks back at Ink and goes, "We have stories to tell, don't we?"
Ink doesn't like to talk about it.
Those were my college days.
At least when I was but a new adventurer and I didn't understand customs. Anyway.
But anyway, you kind of keep traveling for another. You're already about, let's say, 30 feet into this little cave, and you kind of the tunnel starts straightening out a little bit, and you see just a really rickety wooden door. You can see kennel light flickering behind the door through the cracks in it. How do you want to approach? The door is about 20 feet away.
Do I hear
So
anything?
now that we know there's no way Oscar's gonna be able to fit through there, is there?
No.
I feel like if he crouched and
And I don't want to
Really
leave him alone, so I want Onai to stay there with him.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah, I guess.
who's
What,
looping here?
what do you think, Ink?
can I sneak up to the door?
Yeah, you can definitely sneak
I'm
it.
gonna-
Do
I'm
a
gonna-
stealth check.
I'm gonna stay back while she does that.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Sneaky.
Eldon, you watch Ink's figure kind of just crouch down and move forward, but you do not hear a sound.
That's awesome.
Um,
Eldon is impressed. He gives a thumbs up.
hold on a second, guys.
Doggy.
Much impressed.
Sounds like your brother's home.
Such
Yeah.
wow.
Much
All right,
impressed.
so
Eldon gives a
Ink.
thumbs up.
Ink, you stealth up to the door, and you almost say you put your eye, kind of look through the cracks in the door, and you just see a single room with like with the left hand side with bars, like a cage, like a jail cell almost.
Okay.
To the right, you see a table with like a little table with a chair next to it with another notebook. There's more parchments. From here, you can't really make out much more than that, but you do see there is some racks on the wall with what looks like knives and pokers, and essentially you see torture instruments.
What a room of death.
Essentially,
Okay.
you hear soft breathing to the left and
the-
behind the bars.
Okay.
It's kind of ragged,
Mhm.
but that's all you hear.
Nothing.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Okay, and can I see anything around the door?
Uh,
Like it's just a rickety
yeah,
wooden
yeah.
door with cracks in it.
It quite literally looks like a small room. The open area is about 5 by not as large as our basement, but
Nobody knows how
No,
large.
I know.
it is.
I know. I'm trying to put it together on my end. So
I know, guys.
Is your
Just
basement
trust me.
as large as
a
mine?
10 by 10. The room itself is about, no larger than 10 by 10.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna sneak back to Eldon and
Okay.
just be like, I don't see anything alarming other than like weapons, but nobody's out and about. I hear breathing though, but it's like weak breathing. Like I've been hurt
Gotcha.
a lot.
Well,
I say we go look,
I
and I'll
agree.
walk back to the door.
Eldon walks up to the door. Is it barred shut?
no,
I guess
it's
do investigation. Is it like locked?
no, it's not locked. In fact, it kind of looks like it's a little open a little bit.
All right, then I push
It has-
open the door and walk
Okay.
in, and I'm probably gonna get kicked for it.
No, it creaks open, and light from a lantern or a candle. It looks like normal. It looks like it could be a magical, like some like mage light or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just a small enchantment that's been put onto a candle wick, and you walk into the room. Eldon, you kind of have a small flashback to some chamber that you saw in the caves that you raided during the war. Just a quick flashback. You recognize the torture instruments on the and you immediately look over to your left where the breathing's coming from,
Mm-hmm.
and you see a figure shackled to the wall.
Splendid. I walk over to the figure, and is he the one breathing, or is he breathing?
Yes, you see his chest, and it is in fact a he. You can't really make too much of it because his head is leaned forward, his hair is covering his face. He's wearing just some ragged pants, and you see his body is just covered in fresh scars, and one that's actually still slightly bleeding. You do see the scars and raw spots on his arms where his shackles are. You do notice something that's familiar. You notice a massive gash in his chest. And you kind of have a quick flashback to the tavern where you had your first confrontation with Thomas, which you now realize is the doppelganger. And you see the exact same scar. You have found the original
my
Thomas.
Oh dear. Oh
Well,
dear.
then I'm going to cut him down.
All right,
From his
make
shackles.
a. Let's do this a twofold. Let's do. Why don't you make a strength and a dex check?
All right.
I'm gonna like try to hold him up as he does it.
I swear, if you lost strength, you drop him on a rock and he's dead. He's done.
I caught him. No, I.
Putting him down.
It's like
If I
Dexterity.
succeed, I can catch him and not.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want him to
so-
die.
yeah. So it takes you a minute. The shackles are actually not that strong. They're a little rusted. The lock on them is not that good. In fact, you feel like if you were held in these shackles, you'd break them open yourself. But for someone that's been weakened, you feel like it would definitely be holding someone. That's because this guy, this Thomas in front of you, looks malnourished. Like he hasn't been properly fed in at least 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Have we had what you would define as a long rest?
Not yet.
No.
Damn it.
No, we had a short rest.
I was gonna give him. I was gonna heal him, but I can't do
So,
that whatsoever.
I don't have.
As you break the cuffs and he falls down a little bit and you catch him,
Yeah.
he kind of stirs a little bit and is like, Victor, no, I don't have any more to give you.
Alright. This guy is, I can't hear you.
You technically
Unfortunately.
can't. You technically can't, so I can't say shit. But I know
Oh
what
god.
you've done right now. Because it was blatantly obvious.
Um.
I'm gonna pick him up and just carry him. And
Okay.
And if Ink wants to do something in here, I'll wait for her. Otherwise, I'm gonna.
Just take a quick look now that I can see.
Okay.
Yeah.
You do see on the table,
Uh-huh.
2 red vials.
I'm gonna grab them. I don't know what they are. I'm just gonna grab them.
They look like like standard health potions.
Oh,
It looks
Wow.
like you can,
I know for sure though.
based on that alone, Eldon, you know that Victor probably would sit there and torture Thomas to the point of near death, and then heal him up just enough so he wouldn't die.
Ink, should we
I think
give
so.
him a potion?
Yes.
All right, we give him a potion because it'll
Okay.
also be easier than carrying him around.
Yeah.
All right.
And also, if he has like 1 hit point or keel
Yeah.
over at like a gust of wind.
So, Eldon does that. Gives him a potion.
All right. All right. You see some of the wounds start to close up, and you kind of see his eyes that really weren't focusing. He kind of shakes his head a little bit, and he says, "Wait a minute. Who are you? You're not Victor."
No, Victor is dead. I'm Eldon, and I'm here to take you back to your village.
Thank you. He kind of stammers out. My name is Thomas. I'm the captain of the guard in Ryan's Heart. And he just kind of passes out asleep.
All right, well then I'm got back to carrying him.
Yeah, no.
It will help.
Yes, thank you,
This is
Ink.
not his wounds. Even with a health potion, he's gonna need a couple of weeks to heal up.
Well, at least he's not gonna die.
Yeah, at least he's not gonna like hit his
immediately.
head on a rock and die. So
All right. So
yeah, I
you gave
am
him
carrying him, and with
Okay.
Ink's help.
All right. So Inks, you take the other potion with you.
Yeah.
And you to make your way out. It takes you a little bit a few moments. You have to kind of help each other under that one part. Kind of dips down really low. But you eventually, after a few minutes, make your way out, and you're back into the cavern with Oscar and Onai.
What you guys? Oh my God, that's a person. That looks similar.
No. Oh, no, your
Oh, I puts an X on the corner of the tic-tac-toe.
turn. Oscar puts a circle in the middle.
Oh my god. They're playing tic-tac-toe.
Ona quickly puts an X randomly next to her other X and then goes over and is like,
Oh, hey.
there's another Taunt. Okay,
Who's that?
this is all very confusing.
Okay, can we go?
Yes.
Like,
All right.
I mean,
Ona, you
is-
will understand when you grow up, Oscar. Let's get these two out of here.
alright. She's older than us, though.
Yeah, I very well.
I don't know if you know this.
Yeah, Onai is probably like Eldon's age or older. She's an elf.
I grabbed the blue
Yes.
dude.
Let's
I
dip.
grabbed the-
I've
I
had it
grabbed
with this cave.
Get the
Dip.
fuck out of here. Oscar is
Dip.
not happy. Oscar is like
Dip.
very unhappy because he signed up for an investigation, not a.
All right.
full-out
So I'm gonna
fight.
say you all
Oscar,
have taken
dude.
a rest real quick. So
Okay.
you're welcome to expend any remaining hit die to heal up.
I thought we did
Do
a
we-
short rest because I somehow have it written down that I'm at 17 points.
No, that's fine because I remember telling y'all last time y'all were going to take a short.
Yeah.
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 So if y'all need to heal up and take any more, you're welcome to do so. Just remember that even after you sleep, you only regain half of your total possible hit die back. So if right now you're all second level?
Yeah.
So if you use both hit die to recover health, tomorrow you only have
I think I did both.
Okay, that's fine. Just keep track of that.
2.
I did.
I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yes, I did do
So I have no more hit die.
Okay, that's fine.
Yep.
So you all make your way back out. As you kind of hit the fresh air, Thomas starts to stir again, and you see him smile and says, "I never thought I would see daylight again." And he starts looking around, noticing that there's 4 of you, and he goes to kind of thank you all real quick, and he asks, would it be okay if I stand on my own or at least walk? I
As long as you don't trip and lose the 1 hit point you have, absolutely.
Yeah. Oscar's gonna throw one of his gems.
okay. Let me see which one you.
Because I found the red one that
Okay.
was found commonly around the area.
Okay.
And on
So
Victor.
okay, so you throw it down. Are you all kind of close to each other?
Yeah.
In a circle.
Okay, so Oscar throws it down, and it shatters, and a red mist with gold kind of surrounds you all. It is extremely pretty, but
I heard a butt and I was waiting for it.
No, it's good. But you all notice, besides the color, you kind of all feel a little amped up. Like you get a little bit of pep in your step back.
Good call, Oscar.
And you all regain 15 hit points.
Jesus Christ.
I'm pretty sure I was at full hit points, but now I'm like, full hit point. No.
I'm
Let's
at
turn into
32.
temporary.
Not right now.
Okay.
Didn't design them to do that, but
That works. So we're all healed. That's awesome.
Yay!
And you, after doing that, you notice that a little bit more color and strength returns to Thomas. He still kind of leans against one of you for stability. Like his stance is a little unsteady. You kind of get the feeling he probably hasn't stood up quite a number of weeks.
Hey, buddy. Nobody deserves to be as great as me. It's okay.
He kind of chuckles and is like, "I like you already."
Oh.
He was like, he kind of just jokes like, "Have you ever thought about joining the guard here at Ryan's Heart?"
Nope.
Eldon is, I'll say this to the group. Isn't it a little strange that owl couldn't tell the difference between the two? Why was it sticking with the fake one?
It really, I guess, couldn't differentiate it.
It's
an
Owls
owl.
are
must
actually
not have.
Yeah, owls are not as smart as what you think.
Oh, poor owl.
Owls are wise. They're not smart.
That
Yes.
is a common misconception.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
well then we will move on.
and you kind of think, like, even though that is the case, the owl couldn't see through.
Yeah.
No one could, not even his own father, and not the other guards in the town. They all just thought that he was taking the disappearance of Victor very roughly, and was being a complete pompous asshole.
Gotcha. Well, big boy's coming home now. I'm ready to take him to town.
So you all start following the path that you made through the forest back to the main thoroughfare that you were traveling down. As you get back on the main pathway, though, you hear a scream.
Oh,
I swear to God, I just want to go.
Oscar will get home. Don't worry.
And Thomas just kind of, you're all walking, but Thomas just stops, and he's like, "That's Margaret."
Uh-oh. What direction?
Okay, we gotta go.
And you see him just like, for 1 second, you all turn to look at him, but he's already running
Oh, shit.
towards the
Being
west.
following.
Eldon is
I am
taking off
following
right
you.
behind him.
Imagine Oscar running, but he's dragging the blue dude with the rope.
I could so see that.
And he's
Oscar, hurry
Give me a second. I need to pull up something on my phone real quick so that I can get stats for Thomas.
and then hold on, the blue dude's still tied the way I said.
Yes.
So imagine he's just like skipping around like on his ass cheeks, just like. As Oscar's running.
Thomas, I swear if you die, I'll find a way to revive you and kill you again myself for dying.
So
At level 6,
you
I
see
have
him
to
like
make
he's
the
no
rest,
longer smiling. I will not die.
Good.
So Margaret is safe.
Good, good, good. Good man.
I still remember the journal entries I found for Victor's thing, and
Yeah.
I'm silently fangirling, girling.
Uh-huh.
It's totally like,
Yeah.
oh.
All right. So, he's gonna have a reduction of down to 20 foot of movement. Just make a note of that real quick.
How many hit points does he have?
He's back up to full right now.
Okay.
It's just exhaustion.
As long as he's full.
It is exhaustion, and if he's a magic user, that's not good.
I can still envision Oscar dragging this guy, cussing away that he has to not go home, and is just all in a foul mood.
Oh, Oscar's been pissed off this whole time.
Okay, so after running, you all notice you hear growls and thump, thump, thump.
Oh god.
Thump. Ah! Just random like yells, and eventually you come across a scene.
Oh dear. Oh god.
That's my girl.
You see bodies of town's guard laying across the field, but you also see actually,
Is that an ogre in the fucking river?
yes.
Is that a
I love it. I love
Look at
it.
that big belly.
You kind of come out and you see 4 guards. Right now, you only see one next to a rock, and you hear Margaret on top of it with a wolf trying to jump onto the top of the rock. You don't see her with any weapons in her arms or in her hands, and she kind of looks like she's trapped.
Wait, where are we?
You are coming from over here.
I must need to
I need to
zoom out.
it.
Yeah.
I need to zoom it out.
There you are. Or there we are. Okay.
Yeah, so let me move you actually down over here. So, and I don't have a marker for Thomas, I don't think. Let me see.
Yeah,
Jesus
that's a
Christ, that is a
distance and a half.
fucking far distance.
Yeah.
I had a plan for this, and I can't even do it.
No, they're way too far away. I would never reach her.
If I used Expedious Retreat, I'd make it, but that would cause exhaustion.
Oh,
So
I know.
I'm not
Yeah,
doing
me
that.
and you are out of spell slots. We're kind of oof.
All right, so
Jesus
let me
Christ.
see.
It would take me
I
like
don't
4
remember what I
turns to get there.
made. Okay, so as you come into like bust through the clearing, you see Margaret stand up. You know, you kind of get the feeling that she screamed out of terror real quick because you see scratch marks on her right leg. But you see her point kind of her finger, almost making like in our world a gun shape, and you see her cast a spell.
Do I recognize it?
Yeah. It looks like the firebolt spell.
Okay.
In fact, let me get my player's handbook so I can do this real quick.
Just whip out the handy player's handbook.
I'm loving
I
her
had
even
such
more.
a great idea.
Well, Ink can get to
That's
her
it.
pretty quickly.
With my feline
Can't
agility,
you?
that's as far as I can move. I can do double speed. At this point, if I were to, what is it, sprint or whatever, I could
Yeah.
make that.
A dash
'Cause it-
action.
Wouldn't that?
Okay.
I don't know. Would that get me all the way over to her or no?
Dash action. Do it again. Let me see.
It's 120.
So I can do with my feline agility, I can do 80 feet.
Okay.
Because my movement, being a monk, is 40 feet.
Yep.
Just base.
Yeah. You could get over there, but you wouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I'd just be staring this wolf in the face.
Okay.
Wolf would have time to ponder its life choices once Ink gets there.
As I stare
Oh,
at
yeah.
the soul.
Yeah.
Granted, I
And
Get my sling and try to shoot it with a rock from half distance. Ooh.
do I not have stats for the wolf? All right. So, but
I thought you
anyway.
were talking about me, and I was like, I have stats for myself.
No, you're oh not.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
I know.
her start casting a spell, and you see a little fireball shoot from the tips of her fingers, and you hear her kind of muttering incantation, and you see a bolt of fire hit this wolf in the middle of its chest. Ooh, max damage. Oh, sweet.
Wait.
Ooh.
All right, so give me what time is it, Jess? What time?
Yeah, just under 20 minutes.
Okay.
Well, 15.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break, guys.
So you get your stats going?
Yeah, that way I can get everything on. All right.
Yes.
So,
Yes, I'm ready.
You were good.
let me find out something real quick at my end. Which wolf is which?
I have to remember him, won't I?
No, Wolf, which are you?
I don't know.
4, 5, 6, 7. Seventh one. She did 10 points of damage to that one. Two. All right. And that's your initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me put that in. Oscar is 11.
Nope, I need to roll that.
Ink is 15.
Oh, fuck my life.
Alden is 6.
Damn,
And
We
Olani is 10.
we're behind a lot of entries.
Oh boy.
All right, so Jason, are we good?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you all ran into the clearing. You're all trying to keep pace with Thomas. He is moving a little bit slower than the rest of you, but he definitely will. Like the more he moves, the more the adrenaline is kicking in, and his stance is becoming a little bit more steady. He definitely looks tired. As he's running, you see Thomas cast a spell. Like he waves his hands in front of him, and you hear him cast an incantation, and you see some sigils form in front of him, and he just runs through it, and these sigils form around him, making a essentially set of armor.
Buddy,
Not real armor. Oscar, recognize the spell slightly. You've read about this one. It's called mage armor.
Mm-hmm.
And you know in your studies that it's meant for individuals who don't wear armor at all.
Shit, I need to learn this spell.
Oh my goodness.
Do I know if it's a cantrip or a higher rank
It's a first level spell.
Buddy, I wouldn't be using spells that all willy nilly right now.
Well, you guys made a good point. He's not wearing armor.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
His AC would technically only be
10.
Very, very
9.
little.
Actually, his AC still higher than Oscar, but not what he's used to.
My AC is 14 right now.
He would
So-
have been fine.
But right now he's a little bit harder to hit now, so
Damn, my AC is 14 with my shield. I feel like shit.
Mine's 12.
I'm 12. I'm right there with you with 12 because I got that +1 and then I got my shield +2.
Oh my goodness.
I got
Oh,
that +1 charm from Jenkins.
all right. So, but you all come into this thing, you hear the scream again. It's more at this point. It's no longer shock. It's more anger than anything. And as you burst through the undergrowth, you come into this clearing where you see wolves surrounding a ogre. You see a couple of figures laying on the ground, not moving, and kind of leather armor. They're wearing the colors of Reinhardt, the same coloration, the same style of armor that Margaret's wearing. And speaking of Margaret, you see her standing on top of a rock, pointing her finger downward, yelling defiantly, You all kind of notice that her right leg is scratched heavily, and she cast a bolt of fire into the wolf in front of her. It lets out a yelp, and it looks like it's kind of whimpering there at the rock, but still growling up at her, just waiting for her to come down. It looks rough. Like its fur is singed.
Are we getting a surprise round with the fact that
not because they're already in combat.
Okay.
Makes sense.
They haven't recognized any of you are actually here right now,
Good.
which is good for you. But first up, this wolf over here, the one that is right here, is actually first in the initiative order. You see him actually finish off a guard. Like, you see him on top of this guard, ripping to his throat.
Poor guard.
And
Oh no, Gerald, no!
you watch as this gentleman just throw his arms up, and then his arms fall down limp.
Bye, buddy.
Jeremy?
At this point, Margaret takes a look at the wolf in front of her. She looks over and just frantically looking around the clearing. And she looks over and sees you all, but she doesn't really call out to any of you. She sees Thomas and her eyes goes wide. And she just yells, "Thomas!" And without even thinking, where is ruler?
That's like 100 something.
Let me zoom in because I cannot see.
It's 120 feet or 130 feet.
All right,
us and her.
the scale on this is a little off. Let me fix this real quick. Each unit should be about 25. Each space should be 5 feet.
It is 5. It is every space is 5 feet. We are 140.
No, because it's because I have the tokens a little big. That is why. So let me fix this real quick.
Oh, good.
Are we supposed to be further
No.
or closer?
Go.
I think one of your ogres disappeared, dude.
I'll fix it in a second.
Okay.
I mean, there's only one ogre.
Nah, there was one in the middle of the wolves before.
He's still there on the screen.
Yeah, he's standing on top of the wolves now.
Funny, I don't see him.
My screen.
Is it?
My
Is
screen
it one
is
on the
there.
log?
That's okay. I don't know. Mine could just be screwed up. It's all good.
I have.
All right,
I
there we
haven't.
go. That's better.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to back out because I don't see a change.
Yeah, there's one right. Let me move it. Right about here.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then the other one is right here.
Which is
Yeah,
the one
I
I
don't
don't
see those
see, but
ones.
that's okay.
I don't
Let me
see two.
There he is. Now he's back. There he is.
All right. So scale
Oh,
should be fixed.
Yep.
But Margaret looks over and sees you, and she yells out Thomas because she sees him looking off, looking rough. 30, 45, 50, 55, 60. She gets about right there. She's jumping down off that, so she's not going to incur an attack of opportunity because she was never in its threat range, thankfully.
Damn, she hauled.
Yeah, she did a dash, and she's still coming up on you. But as she's doing that, you look across the way and you see the ogre that's standing. He's looking angry, and he starts to mash down on the wolves. Attack 12 plus 6, that's 18. So he's gonna
Jesus fucking Christ.
attack this guy, which is wolf number 2. And he does 2d8. Yeah. 5, 10, 12. And you just see this wolf just take a club to the head and fall to the ground limp.
Wow, okay.
And raise up a little white flag like Wild Coyote. And,
All right, Ink, it is your turn.
Well, are we hanging out or are we gonna run?
Let's dip out of here.
Make perception checks real quick, everyone.
Oh dear. Well, that's never
Because
good.
if I heard Max's whispering correctly, that thing just did fucking 18 damage to that wolf, and I'd like to leave.
No, he only did 12. He did 18 to hit.
Still 12? That's like, God.
That's almost all of my hit points.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's dip.
You guys are wanting to dip, but Oscar and Wolf, you see another guard in the cage next to the wolves over here. And he looks frightened.
It was nice knowing you, bud.
Guys, we gotta save that guy. We're not just gonna leave him there.
Okay.
But I don't want to talk about the guards negatively here, but
Bye.
they got guards back at the place. They don't need them. I mean, like.
But that guy has a family.
But Wolf, not Wolf. Sorry. Oh no.
Technically,
I broke the fourth wall. I'm gonna go home.
we can go home after this.
All right, Ink, what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna sigh heavily and be like, "She's right."
Damn it.
And I'm gonna.
I just puts
I
a hand
think
up to Ink, like, thank you.
and move up a little bit, and then I'm gonna pull out a sling and try to hit that wolf.
Okay, make your attack roll.
You have a sling?
I do. I haven't had to use it, but I don't want to get separated.
Yeah, please don't.
Oh fuck!
Oh, fuck.
I don't use an option. Have I mentioned I'm rusty?
Don't worry,
yeah,
another
with
wheel.
with unpracticed hand, because you carry this for. It's more like a game for you, but you know the how good it could be used in combat, and you sling it around and you let it go. The other side of the sling go a little too soon, and you watch the rock just sail over the wolf. And there was a lot of force in it, so it whistled through.
You cut up.
You sling it with enough force that it does whistle through the air a little bit.
Nice. Take that.
All right.
Joy.
Next one. You see one of the wolves in the cage just try to bust out, but the cages look sturdy. Compared to the cages that you've seen in the caves, these are nice. They're a little rusted, but much nicer. Not hodgepodges.
Mm-hmm.
But you see that this wolf right here, angry that its brethren was taken out, leaps up towards the ogre in front of it and makes a bite attack at him.
Kill him. I believe in you, Wolf.
That's a natural 20.
Oh!
He does 2d4 piercing. 4, 6, 8. Which wolf? This. 1, 2, 3. Wolf number 4. All right. You see it clump down on the ogre's arm. And the ogre just kind of picks it up a little bit and kind of roars at the wolf in anger. You see another one in the cage, in the one of the cages behind it, kind of snap at to the bars to the guard, and you hear, "Ah!"
Oh no.
Oscar, it is your turn.
What's this range?
I was gonna say, can you kill the one from the river across from us?
That one? Or that one?
That one.
This one?
Yeah. Eldon speaking to Oscar. That other wolf seems occupied. If we attack the one over there, we can at least get him out.
Is this area raised in any way, Max?
It's more level. It's a little raised, but you can still see the scene over here clear.
Okay, Oscar's gonna move like just before the river area.
Yep. So that's about right here.
Yeah. I'll cast Eldritch Blast at that one.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay.
Spell DC. They're not spell DC. Spell modifier is 1. Okay. 9. Yeah. Seems par for the course.
Shit. You let loose a torrent of magical energy, and the wolf, hearing its brother, kind of leaps down, and it sails over it and just rustles the tree. You hit the tree behind it, and you see a lot of bark just splinter off the wolf.
That would have been powerful if it hit you guys. You know that, right?
All right. Onai, it is your turn.
Oh well, that kind of sucks. I don't really have any spell slots. I'm just gonna my turn for now until something goes up. I guess I'll.
You can either hold an action for specific, or you can delay your turn.
Yeah, I think I'll delay my turn for now because I don't have any spell slots or anything.
Okay. Next up, you see this other wolf kind of move over a little closer, stand over the body of its fallen brother, or sister. You're not quite sure on the gender. And you see it leap at this giant ogre, trying to grab its other arm.
Okay.
That hits. Ooh, really good. 5, 6, 7 damage. -7. And that's wolf number 6. I really wish I could number these guys. I could, but I haven't. I didn't set that up.
Oh, good.
It is okay. After that, you see the ogre pick up the other wolf, and he's now has 2 wolves hanging from his arms.
Oh dear.
But it is Eldon's turn.
Son of a bitch.
I didn't want to do it.
Alright. I believe it's 30 feet up to this homeboy here. Exactly.
You're actually going down into a riverbed and then
shit.
back up. So you could do it, but it's could be considered difficult terrain, which will cut your movement through that area in half.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to go over yonder, right there. Hey, let me move my piece, damn it.
Yeah. It's not letting you. There he goes.
And I'm gonna hold my action, and if anything comes at me, I'm going to attack it.
Okay. All right. Next up is Thomas. He's gonna run up and, not even caring about the battle, is gonna put his arms around Margaret and ask her, "Margaret, are you okay?" And they have a little discussion, and she kind of hits him. And he's like, "What's that for?" It's like, "That's for being an asshole these last couple of weeks." And I was like, "I've been captured."
It wasn't him, Margaret.
We will
and she
explain later.
looks
I wanna
confused,
go-
and it's like, we'll talk about this later. And then Thomas is
Yeah.
like, we'll talk later. And he 5, 10, 15 moves up right beside you, Eldon, and he just looks like he's ready. Like he's got his hands off to the side a little bit. He's like, I wish I had a blade, but this will have to, I'll have to rely on magic.
Is it a free action for me if I give him my longsword?
If you want to.
I also have a hand axe. I believe I could give.
Yeah.
him
How much damage does that do?
1d plus 2 slashing.
1d what?
Slashing.
1d.
1d6. My bad.
All right.
My God, 1d. Damn it, Oscar. Why don't you know what I'm talking about? I said
Eldon wants to
1d.
give him the D.
Give him the D, man. Give him the D.
My sword does 1d10, so I'd
Let's
rather-
give him that.
Yeah.
Okay, so as he's running past you, Oscar, hold out a sword, and he takes it, and he, thank you, and he just grips it, and he stands in front of this
Thank God.
It's
in front
okay.
of
I
this
can't even use it anyway.
little walkway here.
Well, I know where he's going, so I'm going to. Never mind. I'm thinking out loud for my next turn. Don't mind me.
In fact, he's actually going to take his dash action, so 10, 15. He's going to get on top of it, on top of the log here, and
Thomas.
then you see this wolf over here's turn. He sees all of you, and he's going to just scurry down here and get about right there, kind of hide down in the ravine a little bit.
Okay.
And then you hear the guard over said, help, 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 help.
We're gonna help.
Okay.
We got you, don't worry.
You're
Okay.
one lucky
Stand
man.
up.
And as he's doing that, you see the wolf snout kind of going through the cage a little bit, and you see him just bashing it with his gauntleted hand.
That's my man.
So, I don't know what he's hitting for. Strength, I'm gonna just add.
Oscar, calm down.
No, Gothy, calm down.
Oh yeah, he actually hits the wolf.
I just realized I'm running with the blue dude still in my left hand.
Son of a bitch.
Can you just set him down for a second?
I mean, I'm holding him like a dog on a leash, but I'm running with him, so it's like I don't know what else to do here.
Just throw it at a wolf. Then again, we should probably interrogate it. Don't throw it at a wolf.
All right,
right.
I guess I'll leave him where I'm at now. He's still
All right,
tied.
so you're gonna drop him. Let me find the token for him real quick so I can add him to the board.
I'm not untying him. He's just gonna
You
stay
drop him
there.
about right there.
That
He's
works.
off to the ground. And I'm gonna put a little,
Indicator.
yeah. So he's incapacitated right now. In fact, he's
Cool.
still on.
Just unconscious? Damn.
Yeah,
Ink
Tough
fucking
one.
knocked him out.
yeah. So you see
throws
this
good
wolf
punches.
right here. He looks over at you, but he's more worried about his friend, so he's gonna go to come up and make a bite attack at the ogre. 15 plus whatever that hits. 4, 8. Holy fuck, that's 10 damage. And that's wolf number 1. Equals. In fact, let me roll that again because they're all next to each other. 7, because they all have pack tactics, so they all roll technically at advantage when they're 5 feet within one of their comrades. So
Interesting.
God damn it.
That's
they hunt
sucky.
they hunt as packs. So
No, it makes
That's
sense.
true.
It just
At least
shut
there's 2 in the cages. Like I'm
don't even say that yet. Nope. Max is evil.
Yeah,
Don't even start.
No, I'm not even gonna say he's evil. I released a fucking warg. I'm very capable of releasing 2 wolves by accident.
Oh boy. Let's focus on releasing the guard.
all right. So as y'all are watching all this take place, you see Margaret kind of dip around ink real quick, hold up her hand again, and cast another firebolt at the ogre.
Nice.
Natural fucking 20.
Let him.
Oh, she's awesome. I knew I loved her for a reason.
I mean, I kind of want to hit the ogre first.
I kind of wanted him to kill the
20.
wolves so we didn't have to.
Still.
No, you can go ahead.
Like, I understand the ogre is probably the reason why this guard's in a cage, but I can definitely get down with the fact that he can kill things while we can't.
True.
So you watch like this. Margaret just kind of just yells out her incantation angrily. This firebolt is a little bit larger than, it's like double the size of the one that she's shot at the wolf earlier. And it streaks across the ravine and hitting the ogre in the chest. And he yells out in pain as his chest just starts smoldering with fire. So he's definitely bloodied at this point.
Cool.
Oh boy.
Next up is the ogre. So now he's gonna take his hands, grab the club. He got two wolves hanging from his arms right now. But he's not holding on to them. They're not grappled or anything. He's essentially grappled, so he can't really move. But he's gonna make a slam attack against this guy over here, and gonna miss. He winces from the pain from the wolf on his left arm, and he misses the other wolf. But that one's dead. Ink, you're up.
Okay. Nothing is near enough for me. Hummel. It's frustrating.
I mean, you got this guy down here.
I know, but I'm kind of like not a complete idiot, and
Oscar,
I
stop
feel like
pointing.
that ogre would be take down if the wolves don't kind of, I don't know, rough it up a bit. So I kind of don't want to hit the wolves until the ogre takes care of them, and hope.
Yeah.
Ogre. So I think I'm just gonna, I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna hit it with my sling again.
The ogre?
The ogre, yeah.
Okay.
That's much better.
Oh, look, she learns quick.
Yeah. You hit him. Roll your damage.
Damn.
Awesome.
6.
I swear, this is like a David versus Goliath story. Hits him in the head with a rock and he just falls over dead. On the
It's like,
top of
how
the
do you
other
want to
two
do this?
wolves.
That would be great.
Oh,
After that, you see the wolf in the cage kind of rattle and try to stick his snout out at the ogre. So it's going to be this one right here. But he can't quite get through the bars. So he's not going to do anything. Next up is this wolf. He's going to drop down, release it, and then jump up at the ogre's thighs for another attack. 8, 11 plus whatever. Yep, that's going to hit. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Damn, ogre for a giant, you really fucking suck.
Keep taunting him. Come on, Oscar.
I mean, I speak giant, I'm talking to him.
That is true.
This
is a fact.
Oh, I finally figured out how to do that ruler thing. Guys, we've been playing D&D for how many weeks now?
2 months.
2 months?
Okay.
At this point, you notice that the ogre is really looking hurt. Oscar, you notice that the blood coming from this ogre's thigh is a little bit darker than the rest of the blood.
Fuck. I don't know what to...
Essentially, with your medical background, you know that this wolf has hit one of the arteries in the ogre's leg.
Hell yeah.
So, Oscar,
Okay.
should we start going for the wolves?
Next up, you see the wolf in the cage next to the guard kind of snap its snout through the gauge a little bit. You see the cage kind of bending a little bit.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
It bends a little bit, and he gets a little bit closer, and you hear the guard say, "Help! Help! 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 Help!"
We're gonna kill him?
I think we need to start killing wolves, Oscar?
Yeah, I
Next up
agree.
is Oscar.
I mean, I'm
Do it.
15 feet here, and then
Okay.
what's 15 feet from there? There.
Okay. Yeah, you go up on that. If that's what you want to do.
I don't know. Because then that puts me in a very sticky situation.
So there's 3 wolves around the.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to do 15 feet to here, and then 15 feet to what's about here.
Okay. All right. So you move up over here. Make a quick either athletics or acrobatics check, whatever one's higher for you, to see if you can jump off this log to the other side.
Athletics is a +1, so I'll do that.
Ooh.
Yeah, you managed to jump the ledge, just barely making it on it. You kind of feel one of your feet start slipping off, but you got a good grasp with your other leg, and you just push off, and you finish the action to about right there.
not a boy.
Woo, go Oscar.
right. What would you like to do?
Cast. I mean, all I really can do is cast Eldritch Blast. I'm going to cast it at the one on his thigh.
Okay. That is wolf 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that one has definitely. You see, he is actually taking some.
Say it again, he's taking damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cut out my
Okay.
man.
Sorry, that one has taken a little bit of damage. Not much,
Okay.
but
Okay.
Eldritch Blast. That's not good.
Fuck.
no.
I can jump. I can't shoot for.
In fact, it shoots.
Oh god, if it knocks one out of the cage.
I'm kidding. If it had been a one, I was actually considering it like missing the wolf and hitting the cages.
Oh, no.
I'm not gonna make a judgment for the DM, but that means it would have had to go through 3 other targets.
No, like you were shooting it at this one over here, it would have hit this cage and it would have pushed it backwards.
Oh yeah, because it is a 10-foot
So.
blast. That's true. Yeah. All right. With that miss, I'm just gonna ready my shield because Oscar is very frightened of wolves now.
Okay. Next up is Onai. In fact, you never actually took your other. I will let you go ahead and we'll let you take a double turn real quick. You can
Oh boy.
take a turn real quick. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move up to these guys. Oh boy. I don't know what else. Oh god.
A crossbow.
I don't have a crossbow. I had
Thought
one
you
in the
did.
arena.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why that. All right.
I only have my rapier right now, and if I wanted to, I could spend some exhaustion to do like.
No, don't.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Do you
no.
have any damaging? Do you have any damaging cantrips?
I don't.
Do you have
Thanks.
any cantrip that would help at
I
the
have-
moment?
I have cantrips. I just have prestidigitation and mage hand though.
Mm.
I don't think they would do too much for us at the moment.
Yeah, neither would. So
Nah.
I'd just say hold your action. Since you can do a double turn, you can move twice if you want, and then hold your action.
Yeah, I was gonna move up towards you because I have a rapier. I can hit them. I'm not close enough to.
Okay. So do you want to do the same maneuver?
Sure.
Oh, I gotta see
Run up.
this. Let's see
Oh
this.
god, I'm gonna
All
fall
right.
in
So
the-
Onai runs up behind Thomas and go ahead and make either an athletics check or a acrobatics check for me.
Which one's better? I don't know. God.
If acrobatics is better, you did a flip across.
Shoot. Where'd my? Okay, wait a second. Where'd
I'm
my
looking
character?
now. You get
here it
a
is.
+4 to acrobatics.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah. You kind of both feet kind of land. You land on the edge and kind of teeter a little bit, but you manage to get steady footing and kind of move around next to Oscar.
Yes, get behind
All
him,
right.
please.
So, yeah, I'll say that I'm ready with my shield and axe.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll ready with my rapier.
Ready. You're saving your action, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So you see the wolf on the ogre's left arm just bite down, like to kind of see him. The ogre kind of drop his arm down. The wolf kind of lets go and then pushes back up to make another bite attack. 6, 7, 8. Nope, he doesn't get a good purchase on it. He does grab like the tail end of the ogre's club and just kind of drops back down and just growls. No, actually, take it back. He rolls it with advantage. Forgot about that. So yeah, he does hit. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, -6.
Goodbye, ogre.
Nice knowing you.
I'd rather know him than the wolves, but okay.
At this point, I agree.
Let's see, 6. Wolf 6. Yep.
But yeah.
And you see the ogre lets out a roar of pain, but you also see that at this point the coloration from his face has started to drain. The stream of blood down his right thigh is become a torrent, and you just see him kneel down and just slowly collapse on the ground.
Houston,
Oh,
we
dear.
have a problem.
We're gonna save that guard.
Okay. Next up is
Me.
Eldon.
I'm gonna go do something. So 30 feet will take me right here,
Okay. You drop down.
and I'm going to attack that guy.
Okay. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Oh, come on, baby. All right.
Yeah. You definitely hit him. Roll your damage.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get him.
All right. With one mighty swing of your great sword, you cut into this wolf and essentially cut off his head.
And we all know what I'm going to do after that.
Let's not. We don't have the time for this.
How do you?
Home.
All right. I'm done. That's me.
All right. Next up is Thomas. He is going to walk up over here. And he's going to walk right here. Yes, crap. I don't have my other. Give me a second. I need to look up this spell real quick. Oh.
I gave you a sword, damn it.
Oh my god.
Trust me, you're gonna like this.
Ooh.
I got
I'm
a
excited now.
hit. Damn, Oscar is like so livid that he has to do this right now.
I think that's why you're missing all of your shots.
You're just so mean.
Oscar is just like livid. He's not enjoying life right now.
Okay, so you see Thomas raise his sword up to the side and bear it down on this wolf right here. He's
Okay.
going to make an attack. That definitely hits. What does the great sword do again?
1d10. I think.
What
hold on.
about two-handed? I don't remember.
2d6
is he-
plus 2.
No, what is it? What is he attacking with? Two-handed?
Yes.
1d10 two hands. 1d8 one hand.
Okay. 10 points of damage on the die. And strength is +1, so -11. So that wolf is first one.
He is out of here.
Out of this house.
I don't know. I'm waiting for the red X to pop up.
Lets out a cry, like just all the pent-up frustration and anger he's had being held captive is being released in this one blow. Brings it down on the back of this wolf. You hear the wolf yelp in pain and then go silent.
Oh!
Okay. And what magical spell was? You saw his blade was shimmering a little bit, but you see after the attack it just kind of dissipated. He looks kind of underwhelmed, like Ink. You kind of hear him almost like, "Well, that was anticlimactic." Thomas.
Okay.
Next up is it would have been the wolf that Eldon killed, so it's the guard in the cage. He's still yelling, "Help! Help! 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 Help!" and makes a gauntlet punch towards the wolf next to him. Yep, he hits. Improvise, so D4 strength. That's 5 points. 1, 2, 5. Fifth wolf. That's 5. All right. After that, the wolf kind of slinks back a little bit, and it's Margaret's turn. She steps up onto the log, and what is she gonna do? She is. What do I have? Any other? Okay. She's actually gonna rush up beside Thomas. She's already picked up her rapier, and she's gonna stab it at this wolf right there, which one is that?
2, I believe you said.
No, that is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh.
Number 6.
Oh yeah, 2 is the dead one next to Thomas,
Okay.
I think.
15 plus 6, 21. That definitely hits.
Dear God.
Rapier is a D8. 5 plus 6. That's 11. And you see the blade just pierce through the back of this wolf's head.
Wow.